On May 22, during a caucus meeting inside Parliament, Karabo Khaukhau did something few in the room expected. In the middle of the session, she calmly slipped off her shoes and sank gently to the floor. Then, as her ancestors made their presence felt, she began to burp. Not out of disrespect. Not out of disruption. But as part of a spiritual trance, a moment deeply personal and sacred. For those familiar with African spirituality, this was not strange. It was reverence in action. But for others in the room, it sparked unease. What happened next, according to sources, was nothing short of humiliating. Chief Whip George Michalakis allegedly called Karabo in for what was described as a private conversation, but felt, in reality, like a disciplinary hearing. One DA member put it bluntly, she was literally being disciplined. She was reportedly told that Parliament is not a crash. That work is more important than her ancestors. And that her behavior was unacceptable. Karabo, still grounded in her calm, tried to explain that the trance wasn't something she could control. But the room was not open to understanding. Michalakis, they say, was angry, and in that moment, her calling was reduced to a workplace problem. When Sunday World reached out, Michalakis denied everything. He insisted there was no discord, and that Karabo is a highly appreciated member of the caucus. He said the meeting was held to understand her better, and that the party had given her time off to perform spiritual rituals in the past. But behind closed doors, a different story lingered. A story where its support felt more like spiritual policing. And where a young black woman was quietly told her ancestors had no place in white-dominated political spaces. Within the DA, reactions were mixed, but the dominant mood: discomfort. Some members admitted they didn't understand what was happening. Others said they were confused, even unsettled. But not one person, Karabo says, came to speak to her directly. Instead, the whispers began. Rumors about her burping. Questions about her presence. Speculation that felt more like exclusion than curiosity. She told reporters, "I am surprised that people are uncomfortable because none of them have had the bravery to come to me to express their discomfort." For Karabo, this isn't a new path. Her calling began in 2023, after a period of illness she now understands as a spiritual warning. She completed formal training as a prophetess in December 2024. And today, she walks that path with pride. "When I am home in the Free State, I am a healer," she says. Her gift, she believes, has given her wisdom far beyond her 27 years. This is not a disruption. This is integration. A merging of her spiritual duty and her political one. But instead of recognition, she was met with quiet resistance. This story, while centered on Karabo, speaks volumes about the broader political space. In a multiracial party like the DA, diversity is often spoken of in terms of race or language. But when African spirituality enters the room, unfiltered, uncolonized, and unashamed, there's hesitation. One DA member said it best: "We are from different cultural groups, not everyone will understand." But as Karabo pointed out, why can you not go to Google as a person? Must black spirituality always be explained, for it to be respected? Despite everything, Karabo remains unbothered. DA Federal Chairperson Helen Zille confirmed it herself: she is chilled and not fazed by what happened in caucus.